Today we're going to be using the GeoGebra app for the newest version of GeoGebra to show you a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. Previously we proved this using similar triangles, but today we're going to be doing it using area. And see how they have a green plus a purple is equal to the red? That's exactly what the Pythagorean theorem says. That if you take one of the sides and you make a square, a by a, and you add another square, b by b, these are the legs, it equals the sum of these two areas is equal to c by c, the area of the hypotenuse. So in other words, it states that the square of the hypotenuse, the side opposite the right angle, is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. This is what we're going to work on, and we're going to go to GeoGebra and show you how to do this. So I have my Move Graphics view. I'm in the Algebra view. If you go here and there's a Perspectives, I'm in the Algebra view. Now we have a 3D in here. We have all sorts of cool things, but we're just going to do this. So the very first step I'm going to do is create a right triangle. There's all sorts of ways of doing it, but this is how I'm just choosing to do it. I think I'm going to start with the base of the triangle. So I'm going to use the line tool, and here's the base. Now this is a construction, so these points do move. Okay, that's great. I'm going to be stopping along the way, and as I go, stopping and checking and making sure everything's good. Alright, so here's the perpendicular line tool. I need that because I'm going to have a right angle. I'm going to put another point here, right on that, and then the line tool. And then click on C. Now I'm going to create my polygon, my right triangle. I'm going to go in the left direction because I'm going to check to make sure that my angle is a right angle. So if I click on the angle tool, it does have a right angle. Now I'm going to check just to make sure I didn't make any mistake. This goes up and down, this goes this way, and this goes this way. So it's perfect. Excellent. And I can, if I move this around, I can move it away from my x and y axes. Now I'm going to change my color. So I'm going to change my color to a bright red and change the opacity to something that I want. And now I've got my right triangle. I'm going to hide these lines, just turning this off, and then I'm going to hide my angles. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a square for one of the legs that's C by CB or A by A. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to use my compass tool. So I'm going to go CB through B. I could have done CB through C, it doesn't really matter. But see what's happening here is this side, say this leg was A, then this is the radius, so this radius would also be A. So how am I going to do this? Let me show you. So I'm going to turn off my stroke and go to my perpendicular line tool. So I'm creating a square with a side CB here and here. So I clicked on the point and the line it goes through. Now I'm going to do the intersection tool. Now I want to have the square to go up this way, so I'm going to use this perpendicular line tool again. D here. And then similarly I'm going to do it again. C and the line it goes through. Now intersect. And then I'm going to go back over and get my polygon tool and hover over here and make sure that this distance AC to B is the same distance all around all four sides and that this is the right angle. So let me check before I do anything. All 90 degrees, and I can even check this distance. So if this distance, I can use the distance thing, is 2.77, 2.77, I've got to move it because it's in the way. And let's just check the other sides just to make sure it's a parallelogram, opposite sides are congruent. And this is true, and I'm probably overkilling it, making sure, but this is, so this side is right here. So let me just move things around and make sure it's always true. It always is true if I move these points around. Oops, I moved the wrong thing. I moved the point. It's always true, so this is great. So I'm going to turn off my lines and scroll down, and I'm going to turn off those angles. And I'm going to change, this, turn off these distances. So I'm going to just, I think, I'm going to have to just do it this way. So I'm going to show object. And I'm going to turn off my conic. Now I've got everything the way I want, except I'm going to change my color. So I'm going to go to my color. I guess I'll go with this color this time and change the opacity. Now we're going to do this side. So we want to square this side AB by AB by AB. So to do that, we're going to go back to our compass tool. A, B, I could go through B or through A, doesn't matter. Now I'm going to use my perpendicular line tool. I'm going to make it perpendicular to here. and intersect. And do it again. And it says I'm going to click on the point and the line it goes through, so I want perpendicular, and again. Now I'm going to intersect. And this, what's great about this is you can check your way, so you know you're right when you've got it. So back up to here, and before I rename it and change it, I want to make sure that all the angles are the same. It is a square, all the angles are the same, everything's great. So now I'm going to change the color, and I'm not sure what color. I guess I'll go with the green color. I'll go with darker green. Oh, I changed the angles. Oh dear. So I'm going to do this again. Quadrilateral, I'm going to change those colors to a green color. Okay. And something is not going right. So let me go back. I've got this is all messed up, so let me try this again. Quadrilateral, object properties, polygon, color. Yes, now I can change the color to something better. Alright, so now I'm going to close this, and I'm going to turn off some stuff here. I'm going to turn off these lines. I don't need them. And I'm going to turn off that conic, so I've got to find it. And I'm just going to move the whole thing up so it's out of the way of the XY axes. Now I'm going to do this side. So a squared plus b squared, because this is going to be a by a by a, alright, is equal to c squared. So let's go get my compass tool. So I'm going to go a, c, through a, or I could have done it through c. And now I'm going to use my perpendicular line tool, so I'm going to make hover on this point and the line I want it perpendicular to, as well as c. Creating the square, all sides are the same distance as this hypotenuse. Intersection tool, and I'm going to use the perpendicular tool one more time, and here we go, and I'm going to intersect. So now I've got I'm going to get my polygon right here, and I'm going to go to the left. And I'm going to check my angles. It's good. So now I'm going to, before I do that, I'm just going to check to make sure I didn't make any mistakes. I'm going to click on one of these points. It's kind of difficult to find them. Always true. There we go. It's perfect. So now I'm going to change the color. And see, I previewed, so I know I'm on the right spot. So I guess I'll go with this orange color. Close this. I'm going to turn off everything but A, B, and C. It's kind of fun to do. And go back down to my lines, turn off all my lines. And I'm going to go down to my conic. My angles, I guess, is next, and then my conic. There's in a different it's in a different arrangement for your downloaded version. Okay, so now we're almost there for the Pythagorean theorem. Now we're going to be showing that a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So I'm just going to write that down in using the pen. So a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So this side is going to be called a, this side is going to be b, and this side is going to be c. So this is a square, a by a, and finding the area, we could calculate it, or we can use the built-in area tool. So I'm going to click down. The center of here gives this area, the center gives that area, and the center gives this area. Let's go check this. So if this is true, then 3.58 plus 12.06 is equal to 15.64. Yes, that's true. So let's just try this in a different way. Let's try, because it's a construction, let's do different. We can flip it around. Let's try that way. So I'm going to try it again. 7.65 plus 25. Try that again. 7.65 plus 25.81 is equal to 33.46. This concludes what we need to do for this project. If you're doing this app, then it's difficult to save it. It's not as easy as I'm not sure how to save it right now. I think there is a way of saving it, but you might have to have an account because it's going to say to sign in. So I'm not sure. Oh, there is a way to continue without signing in. So what I'm going to recommend for saving, you don't have to save it. For your assignment, first this is going to go to 7.03. You can use your snipping tool, take a snip of this. I usually save it on my desktop and wherever you want to, and you can put this into, as long as you can find it, and put it into 7.03. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for watching.